Just last week, y'all had black fatigue. Just last week, every other demographic who wasn't black, y'all had black fatigue. Now y'all are demanding black bodies to be put on the front line. There's other ways to protest, there's other ways to help. But I find it kind of insane that all of you had black fatigue. But now y'all need black people help. Why is the majority not asking the Asian community for help? Why is the majority not asking the Pacific Islander community for help? Why does everything always have to fall on black people?
Hello guys, welcome once again to AfriPost. I hope wherever you are, you're having a great time. Now in the few weeks that have just passed, we've seen a lot of agitation from Latino Americans and Mexicans kind of trying to say that they need support from other minority groups. One of the people they targeted were blacks because they were seeing blacks saying that they want to sit this one out. They don't want to be involved in any kind of protest. And that now they were saying, why can't blacks come and join us? So there were these podcasters who were speaking in their podcast and they were saying that blacks have not supported them. And right now, what they want to do is that they want to incite people against blacks, and they want to say that if there is anything called reparations that people would be given, that reparation must first go to Native Americans and then to Mexicans. This is quite really baffling, if you ask me. So I wanted to listen to this clip where they were talking, then the reactions that this elicited, and then I'll come back and share our thoughts. Let's watch.
Yeah, wait your
over
turn,
equality.
Wait your turn, to those young raza who want to believe that. You better turn your TV, brother. You better turn your radio,
What do you
man.
think about these Black Lives Matter that they want to be paid for being what is it, slaves and all that?
Reparations.
Yeah, there.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about? Well, I heard they passed in North Carolina.
Yes.
But it was
What?
it was a small little town in North Carolina that passed reparations for whoever's over there. I'm sure they'll try to do something out here in California. I think they already actually got a little board going that they're going to start looking into it. So
Yeah, and that's when we, the raza, need to step up, protest, and I'm talking major, and turn around and tell them, no, nobody get reparations until the Native Americans and the Mexicans get ours first.
listen, brother,
We've been going through this crap a lot longer, so I don't want to
yeah.
hear it.
Hey,
Because it's not fair, dog. How are you going to give a bunch of money to a specific group, dog? This is the United States, a melting pot. How are you going to give it to?
Crazy to me, bro, is when they had the BLM protest, everybody was popping out. Every celebrity, YG, the Ball brothers, everybody was popping out. All the sports teams putting BLM on their back, you know what I'm saying, wearing BLM shirts, you know what I'm saying, freedom, wearing all these shirts. You know what I'm talking about the NBA right now, actually. Where is that now? Where are the celebrities now? Where are they protesting now? Where are the teams now? Why is nobody speaking up? Even Kendrick Lamar made a song. Lil Baby made a song. But where's everybody now? Where's all the celebrities? Why is nobody popping out now? Now that everybody's protesting in Los Angeles, San Diego, Chicago, because of ICE, where is everybody now? Why is nobody speaking up? Why is just the minority speaking up now? You feel what I'm saying? Nobody's talking. Nobody's speaking.
Just last week, y'all had black fatigue. Just last week, every other demographic who wasn't black, y'all had black fatigue. Now y'all are demanding black bodies to be put on the front line. There's other ways to protest, there's other ways to help. But I find it kind of insane that all of you had black fatigue. But now y'all need black people help. Why is the majority not asking the Asian community for help? Why is the majority not asking the Pacific Islander community for help? Why does everything always have to fall on black people? Especially when y'all have so much fatigue, right? Our existence bothered y'all so much just last week. Y'all had all this black fatigue because we told y'all stop saying the N-word in rap songs. You know what I'm saying? Stop wearing our women's box braids. Stop trying to wear fake dreadlocks. You ain't black. Y'all had black fatigue, bro. I ain't forget that. Y'all had black fatigue. But you know how black people do. We sympathetic. You know eventually we gonna help. We always give in, man. Every single time we always give in. We always give in. But just know, most of us ain't forget. Just last week, y'all all had black fatigue, bro. Y'all all had black fatigue. Y'all all had black fatigue.
You gonna cover, nigga? Fist, nigga.
Nigga right there.
There you go.
Yeah, you do, nigga. Stop playing. Yeah, you can die. Nigga right there.
Y'all can address that, then stop looking for black people to be out there for y'all. Y'all are not black. Latinos, specifically Mexicans, Cubans, y'all are not black. You don't have the right to say that word. You do not come from a lineage of bondage. You do not come from a place where you were sold. Okay, you are not black. No matter how much you try to be a thug, you are not black. No matter how many times you hang around black people, you are not black. And if you are not an African American, a descendant from slavery, that word should never come out of your mouth. This is why most black people are not out there, on top of them being tired because we said we told you so. This is one of the reasons why we don't feel aligned with y'all, because of things like this. And it's not just them, because they learned it from somewhere. And I don't want to hear the excuse is a product of their environment, because baby, I grew up around Latinos, okay? I grew up around them, and none of them would ever use the N-word in front of me. And yes, I grew up in Houston. So don't bring the Texas shit in there either, because that's BS. They would get checked. And I do mean by the chin. Until y'all can address that shit, don't say nothing to black people. Fix your house first before you go outside.
You know what's crazy to me, bro, is when they had the BLM protest, everybody was popping out. Every celebrity, YG, the Ball brothers, everybody was popping out. Where's that now? Where are the celebrities now? Where are they protesting now? Where are the teams now? Why is nobody speaking up? Even Kendrick Lamar made a song. Lil Baby made a song. But where's everybody now?
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Where's J-Lo? Where's Bad Bunny? Where's Maluma? Where's Shakira? Talk to your own people. Because J-Lo was just up on the pulpit at the inauguration doing this.
Y justicia para todos. Let's get loud.
No matter what happens in this country, everyone under that POC umbrella always finds a way to put the focus back on black people. Obviously, we understand what's going on right now with the ICE raids that are going on in America and Los Angeles, to be specific. But there have been a lot of Latino people coming online asking about black celebrities and black people showing up and comparing this event to BLM. Now, don't get me wrong. We were home during the pandemic. People had no jobs. People weren't in the office. And yes, black people, black celebrities, black businessmen showed up for black people. Corporations and teams that had black people on them showed up for their black constituents and their black workers. As it currently stands as demographic, there are more Latinos in America than there are black people. And half of that population voted for what's going on right now. Speak to your own population. Stand up for yourself with each other. Talk internally about how you're so disjointed between the Central and South Americans and the Caribbean people in the East Coast. Talk to each other. Why are you looking for black people to put you guys on a pedestal and go fight for you when this is also your fight, primarily your fight? Black Lives Matter was our fight, but we speak up for ourselves. We also speak up for everyone, and we did it the most with our vote. And even though black people are saying this is not our fight, we're sitting this out, we're doing all these things like resting, there are several ways black people are showing up by not supporting Starbucks, by not supporting Target, by not supporting any company that put out D&I, by boycotting, by using our voice like I do. There's so many ways that black people still will always show up for ourselves in this country. And when we show up for ourselves, guess who benefits? Everyone else. Reach out to your fellow Asians. Reach out to your Middle Eastern Arab people. Reach out to the large Russian population that's in LA, the Armenians, the Persians. There's so many immigrant groups that live in this city, but you want to single out black people. Can't win them all. Ciao.
You know what's crazy to me, bro, is when they had the BLM protest.
I'm going to try and answer in good faith. So this gentleman is like, wow, when BLM happened, all sorts of celebrities came out for it. He mentioned rappers, athletes. I remember Ariana Grande went to a BLM protest. They were making songs about it, everything like that. But now everything with these ICE raids, like there's not that same like level of attention and like impact. And I can't speak for anybody else, but for myself, to me, what feels like the difference is that when it came to situations like Tamir Rice, who was unalived, Trayvon Martin, that was unalived, they didn't do anything wrong. Sandra Bland, okay, she had a cigarette in her hand. That shouldn't be considered enough of a threat to end up going to jail, and then all of a sudden you're found unalived in your jail cell. Breonna Taylor didn't do anything wrong. She was literally sleeping in her bed. So to me, it was about like, those are Black people being unalived by the government, being unalived by the state, for not doing anything wrong but being Black. And I think the most controversial one was George Floyd, right? Because, yeah, he shouldn't have been unalived, but people are like, yeah, but he has a criminal past, like he's not a good person, right? So then there was that guy too. I think maybe the difference for some, well, if I'll say for myself, with these ICE raids, is although it is sad, these are people who are undocumented, who are not U.S. citizens. And back in the 2000s, I didn't care about undocumented stuff. Like, I remember hearing about it back then. I was like, I don't care. But by the time it got to Joe Biden and being in the North, and there's tens of thousands of people being bussed up there, and they're just hanging out and making all these demands, and, like, they're not vaccinated. There are American citizens who lost their jobs because they wouldn't get a vaccine. I don't know if these tens of thousands of people coming from Venezuela, if they're vaccinated, if their kids are vaccinated, and they just get a hotel and they get like motorbikes, and it's like, wow, that's a lot. I don't know why we're doing that. So I'll say, for me, although it is sad, these are people who are undocumented, who are not American citizens. And I do think we apparently need immigration reform, and that could be something that needs to be the protest, like immigration reform in terms of like how to become a U.S. citizen. But the point is these people are not American citizens, and they are here undocumented. And as some people would say, they are here illegally. It's not just their fault. It's also all the corporations and companies' fault that hire people that are undocumented and usually end up exploiting them. It's also their fault too. So, that's what I think. So I'm very, very sorry, if this is offensive to anybody, but I feel like for me, that is the difference. These people are not entirely innocent. They have done something wrong. They are here illegally.
So respectfully, for the Black community, I have a question. So if Trump is trying to defund federal... I was trying to figure out what were you...
Mexicans, leave the Black community alone. They don't need to come to these gatherings in LA just so they can get locked up because people are actually rioting instead of protesting. It's just gonna add more fuel to the fire. They already have enough that they're going through on their own. The lady in the beginning of the video was saying that Black and Brown need to come together and fight the orange man. But the other lady said, no, you haven't even reconciled your hatred towards us. As a Mexican American, I don't hate Black people. Y'all are cool as hell. We might have differences every now and then, but I like people on the basis of their character, not the color of their skin. No matter what race you are, maybe I won't like you because of the type of person that you are, but that's neither here nor there. Mexicans, let the Black people do what they do. They got their own shit going on. If you're out there peacefully, keep doing what you're doing. Make sure they don't tie you with these other crazy individuals, because you will be going to prison after this is all said and done. Don't get the Black people involved in this, because then it's going to get really bad. Then the violence is going to get really, really bad.
What's crazy to me, bro, is when they had the BLM protest.
Okay. You know something? Black people already told y'all. We ain't with it. We're going to stay the fuck home. You might not like it. You know, you might feel a certain way about it, but we're not with it. All the black people told everybody exactly what the fuck was going to happen. Even a lot of black men didn't listen. You know, they fell for the bullshit that they were going to get some stimulus check. That how would you say, that the child support was going to be taken away. They didn't have to pay child support. You know? But for the most part, our women and the majority of our men said, fuck Donald Trump. And on the other hand, the majority of your men said, come on, Donald Trump. Come on. Kick out these migrants. Oh, by the way, the migrants were the Mexicans. So you're turned against your own people. Damn, you're like a snake that ate its tail. You cannibalized your own self. Maybe you got the same problem black people got. Self-hate. So, right now, you're on your motherfucking own. And as far as asking for black celebrities, black ball players, and all that shit to come out there and represent y'all, when for the most part you did shit when that shit was going down with us, call J-Lo, Mark Anthony, Pitbull, and all the rest of these motherfuckers that y'all got. Tell them to come on, come to, you know, what's coming protest. You know, it's only the right thing. Where's these Latinos that's supposed to be protesting beside y'all? Supposed to be representing y'all guys? Because this is how would you say? Like I would put it just like this. Black people been through it. All the shit you're getting right now, all the benefits you've gotten, we earned it. It came from the worst. It started when we got from under the lash of a whip. You know, years of slavery and Jim Crow teach you a lot. And we don't got the hair, the features. We don't got those features to blend. You do. So you blended so much that you blended your fucking mind into it. That you think like your oppressor. We don't. So, that's it. You're on your own. Figure the shit out.
Protest, and I'm talking major, and turn around and tell them no.
The call is coming from inside the house. The call is coming from inside the house. Those are three people from a marginalized community sounding exactly like white racists that we deal with every day. The call is coming from inside the house. They're talking about protesting if black folks ever get reparations. As if we would go after their poor shit. But it doesn't matter because, you see, they believe that that's a reason to protest against black folks. The call is coming from inside the house. There's really nothing else that needs to be said. The call is coming from inside the house. Y'all want us to bond with that. The call is coming from inside the house. We've never had a true and honest conversation about slavery in this country. So a conversation about reparations is so far off in the future, it'll never happen. Not in my lifetime, I guess. Not in my lifetime. But even if that conversation was to happen, I know at least 3 people that would be ready to rally La Raza, his words, not mine, to protest it. The call is coming from inside the house. There is cynicism with black folk about everybody outside of black folks, and even some black folks inside of blackness. We expect them to be themselves, and all we can hope for is to expect to see them well. The call is coming from inside the house. But they're all asking us where we are. That right there is something neither the black community or the brown community is ready to talk about. They're not. Sorry. They're not ready. Black folks, because we know nobody will hear us, and brown folks, because they don't want to take any accountability for it. They don't. I watched a young brother, Mexican man, trying to explain to his Mexican brothers and sisters about saying the N-word. And then you go in the comment section, and the only accountability seems to be black rappers saying it. Or, my personal favorite, you can't tell me what to do. I want y'all to truly understand that y'all think black folks, again, what is America's greatest export? Racism. We know this. We've been here a hot minute. We have. And we've had to watch as everybody that comes into this motherfucker, it's almost like a wishing well. Hey, stop over and insult the black people. Make sure you do. You learned it all. Go over there and make sure you insult them, please. Welfare, crack, you got it. The call is coming from inside the house. Not realizing that a lot of people that come in from wherever across the world who have been fed that shit, and they meet us for the first time, they're like, I can't believe you're not like insert this, that, and the third. Really? Is it possible that the shit that you heard about us isn't true and we're the real people? They cannot stand our black asses. And by they, I mean the white power structure in this country. Everybody has time to shit on the Negroes. Nobody has time to actually listen to us. As we can see shit, we can see a little bit further ahead, because y'all need that white validation. Like these 3 gentlemen. At no point has even the broaching of the subject about reparations had anything to do with taking your shit. It has never happened. It has never happened. Oh, well, there's no precedent. The fuck it's not. It is. There is a lot of precedent to it. And I'm just talking about here. I ain't even talking about the rest of the world. But y'all want us to navigate it now. The call is coming from inside the house. Now, I guarantee you those three Mexican men would not have somebody like me on their podcast. They wouldn't. Because I'm not about to sit here and confirm your goddamn biases. I'm going to tell you the truth. The truth of the matter is this. You sound a whole lot like the same people that are currently picking your ass up and tossing your ass out this country. You ready to protest if black folks even get $1 in reparations, but you're not ready to protest when these white folks are telling you to your face, we don't want you here. You're stealing our jobs. Get out. You got time to punch down. Yeah, they ain't gonna have nobody like me on there. Ain't gonna happen. but the call is coming from inside the house. The standoffish nature that y'all think a lot of black folks have, it's not being standoffish. It's that there is nothing, and I'm gonna say this as distinctly as I possibly can. You can ask any other black person. There is not one platitude. There's no sweet words. There's no amount of any of that you're going to give us that we're going to believe outright. We need to see some damn work. Black folks are tired of this shit. We're sick of it. We're sick of it. We're sick of listening as people call themselves allies, only to find out that that shit is worth absolutely nothing. You can buy a 10-pack of allies on Temu. We're sick of watching as people think that they don't know, that we're not smart enough to know how the game is played, and then they go out there and play it by another set of rules, get their teeth kicked in it, and ask us where we are. We're sick of it. And everybody does it. Everybody does it. When we stand up, we're a threat. We are a threat. The powers that be do not want us coming into shit. That's when you start seeing the police, the National Guard, the Marines, the Decepticons, all of them start working together because our black asses are standing up for something. Because they know we're built for it. The call is coming from inside the house. I don't care if it's Oxnard or Biloxi. When the conversation of reparations should be happening, when it should be talked about, the one thing y'all need to understand is this. Don't nobody want your shit. We want Bank of America shit. We want Prudential shit. We want JP Morgan Chase's shit. We want the healthcare companies, their shit. Because those people made more off of slavery than any of the little bullshit that you've been given in this country. Y'all would know that if you actually sat and had a conversation with us about it, but you didn't. You didn't. You assume, as if we're gonna buy gold rims and chicken with your fucking money. And then you need us. You shit on us until you need us. Our bodies, our organization, our voices. And then you go back to shitting on us? This is why we told y'all we were sitting out. We protested for every one of y'all November 5th of 2024. You failed us. Now you mad that we ain't out there in them streets fighting for you. Because the call is coming from inside the house.
Yes, welcome back to the channel. I hope you've gotten the chance to listen to the kind of reactions that those people are giving. Some Mexicans and Latinos may feel like Black Americans are wrong not to join them in protest against President Trump during his second term because they view solidarity among marginalized groups as essential in confronting systemic oppression. They often point to Trump's immigration policies such as family separations, increased deportations, and push for a border wall as direct attacks on the Latino community. For this perspective, a lack of unified resistance can feel like abandonment, especially when both communities have historically faced racial discrimination, economic inequality, and police violence. For many Latinos, unity is seen as a moral and strategic necessity in challenging a common diversity. Another reason for this sentiment is the perception that Black Americans who have a long and powerful history of civil rights activism have the political experience and the influence needed to strengthen anti-Trump movements. Some Latinos feel that if Black leaders and communities were more vocal in their opposition, especially in issues of immigration and xenophobia, it could broaden public awareness and increase pressure on government institutions. They believe that the strength of the civil rights movement, when combined with the growing demographic and cultural power of Latinos, could form a formidable coalition capable of resisting authoritarian policies and defending democracy. However, this perspective can sometimes overlook the unique struggle Black Americans continue to face, including systemic police violence, mass incarceration, and economic disenfranchisement. Some Black individuals and activists may feel that while their community has consistently protested racial injustice, other groups have not always shown up in solidarity when issues like police brutality disproportionately impacted black lives. This sense of historical imbalance can lead to a reluctance or skepticism about joining causes that are perceived as ignoring or sidelining black concerns in favor of others. Despite these tensions, there is a growing recognition among both communities that their struggle are interconnected and that unity is ultimately necessary to achieve lasting social change. While some Mexicans and Latinos may express frustrations over what they see as a lack of support from Black Americans, others work to build bridges and engage in cross-racial solidarity efforts. The path to unity is complex, shaped by history, identity, and lived experiences, but the shared goal of justice offers a foundation for potential collaboration in resisting policies and leadership that threaten both communities. I think this is what should be a rallying call for all minority groups in the United States. It shouldn't be that Latino Americans are now feeling like when blacks have not joined them, they should be called out. You know that for many, many years, blacks have experienced a lot of discrimination. But then if you look at the response from Latino community, they haven't been so much joined into this kind of protest in prior instances. So right now, when they are really protesting against Trump's border policy and immigration laws, it is not really pulling black people because they value solidarity. For an ally to really love you and acknowledge you as a good ally, they must know that when they were down, when they were being targeted, you stood up with them. But in this case, you find that most Latinos, most Mexicans did not come to support black people. In fact, if you look at demographic that voted for Donald Trump in their droves, most Latinos voted. The percentage of Latinos who voted for Trump in his second term are higher compared to the percentage of blacks that voted for Trump. So they have just to live with the consequences of their past actions. Tell me down in the comment section what you think about this. And if you're watching us for the first time, please consider subscribing to the channel, like the video, and share. Thank you, and let's meet on the next one.